Okay, a very good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you joining us today. So, whether you're here for the first time or you have joined us before, we truly appreciate your time and your presence. I want to acknowledge that we have friends joining us from all around the world, different parts of our globe, and that already tells us something very beautiful that health is something we all care about, no matter where we are. So if you can drop in the chat wherever you're coming in from, it'll be great for us to get to know you from different parts of the world. Before we start, I would like to have this disclaimer. Just take a look at this so that we are reminded that what we are sharing today is not medical advice or so, but sharing of real stories.
Medical disclaimers. iTerra Classic and iTerra Pro are not medical devices. The information provided on our website is for educational purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult a medical professional or healthcare provider if you are seeking medical advice, diagnoses, or treatment. Prife International shall not be liable for risks or issues associated with using or acting upon the information on our website. Prife International shall not be liable or responsible for the actions, misrepresentations, or negligence of our members who are independent contractors.
Thank you for that. So today's session is our series of heartwarming stories called Prife Touches Lives. It's a space where we come together to listen to real people sharing real stories and experiences and changes that they have gone through in their health journey. So wherever you are right now, I invite you to relax, keep an open mind, and maybe, just maybe, you'll see something or hear something today that might resonate with you and or someone you love. So joining me today as my co-host is Miss May Edwin Kula, someone who needs no introduction and whose personal story herself is nothing short of amazing. May? Oh, you're muted, May.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. Sorry for that. Good afternoon, everyone. Hot afternoon from the Philippines. Okay. In today's world, more and more people are becoming aware of their health, but many times that awareness only comes when something is already not right. Correct? I'm guilty of that. Where we get busy, we delay, we always tell ourselves that it's okay, I will deal with it later. So I think many of us got that, attitude. Okay, but the truth is our health is something we build every single day through small actions, small habits, and the choices that we make. And sometimes it's not about, doing something big. It's about discovering simple tools or support that we can help our body function better. And today we are about to have the opening of awareness and seeing what is possible. So, very often, we only take action when something becomes serious, right? But also, when pain becomes too uncomfortable, when the condition affects, something in our daily life. But what if we didn't have, to wait? We didn't have the chance to wait until that point. What if we could start earlier? We can be more aware and support our body before things escalate, di ba? So because at the end of the day, investing in our health is not about the expense. It's about the responsibility for our body. And today, you are going to hear from people who made that choice not to wait. They take action earlier.
Oh, thank you, May.
Yolanda?
Yeah, that was a great opening and something that we can all think about. And yeah, without further ado, I would like to introduce our sharers today. I'm really excited to introduce them because these four wonderful individuals from different parts of the world have very, very amazing story. Okay, so from Malaysia, we have Linda Anthony and Pearl Tor. And from the United States, we have Donna Abayon. And from Slovenia, we have Denka Samaza. and each of them with a different background, different challenges, but one common thing. They are here to share their personal experiences and honestly and sincerely. So as you listen, just take in what resonates with you. All right. So let me introduce our first sharer. If you do have any questions that you would like to ask, you can type in the chat, or at the end of the session, we will have a Q&A session where you can address your questions to any of our sharers. Okay. So here she is, Linda Anthony. This lady, I've known her, she's from my hometown as well. I've known her for many, many, many years. But of late, I've seen a different Linda, a new Linda, someone who is so different from what I know her in her younger days. And I would really love for you to share her amazing journey of resilience and determination. Have a watch of this short video of her, which we put for her last year at her birthday. And after that, I would love for all of us to welcome her. Oh, so ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Linda Anthony.
Wow. Thank you, Ilan, so much. Okay, hello. Hi, good evening, everyone. I am Linda here, and this is my beautiful family. And I'm a wife and a mother of 3 and a grandmother of 5. A few years ago, my doctor told me to use walking stick. Then I went paragliding. And this is what happened in between. You know, they say aging means slowing down. For a while, after surgical menopause at 49 and in my 50s, everything fell apart. The weight gain, the joint pains, the backache, the exhaustion. Some mornings, I literally couldn't get out of bed. My legs were so weak, I kept falling easily. And my doctor told me I needed to use a walking stick. And that broke me. And all this time, I had been quietly suffering with chronic migraines too. Years and years of painkillers just to get through each day. So when I finally went for a checkup, I was convinced it was my thyroid. But the real answer was so much worse. My kidneys were failing from the painkillers from all those years. I went home, stood before my altar, and I just wept. I begged God for healing, for direction of hope. And there were days I was even ready to give up completely. But God didn't give up on me. But because I didn't give up on Him, He answered. He sent a friend exactly at the right moment, an angel in disguise, with a lifeline I never saw coming. And do you know who was it? It's none other than our host, Elan herself. I didn't hesitate. I knew it was God's timing. I also found a community of people who truly understood what I was going through for the first time in so long, and I didn't feel alone. And that photo you see me is my first meeting with Elan. Can you go back to the photo? That in 2019, that was my first meeting after so long. We have never met, and we met up again in 2019. And look at me at that time, how I was. And then now, and she is the angel in disguise who came to meet up, and we had lunch. And over lunch, we went for coffee. We spent a lot of time together, and I learned a lot of things, what she went through too. Her menopause whole time, you know. She shared with me, and I believed her, and I wanted that change. And then now you see me there. So that is where, when it happened, I made a decision. After meeting up with Elan, I made a decision. I was going to take full ownership of my body, my health, and my life. And I joined this community, and there's so much of energy in this community that gave me hope and gave the energy, to heal myself also. Part of this journey brought me to iTara Care. I was open to it and was willing to give it a try because of the side effects of the COVID vaccination. And for the past 2 years, it has been part of my daily routine without fail. Every single day, minimum 20 minutes, sometimes up to 40 minutes. And I decided to take up this iTara Care is because of a testimony I heard who also suffered from side effects of the COVID. That's why I decided to take the iTara Care. I show up for my body using the iTara Care because I learned early on that it's all about consistency. I focus my iTara Care sessions on my joints, my headaches, for my migraine, my painful knees, the organs that needed the most healing, my kidneys, my liver, my pancreas, and my bladder, deliberately and intentionally every day. And the results, my yearly health checks tell the story better than I can. Everything came out good, near perfect. Last checkup was in February 2026. And my doctor was so pleased with it. And my bladder, which was so weak, has strengthened in ways I didn't even think were possible at my age. I knew my body had been in pain for so long. And I knew restoration would take time. But what surprised me was how quickly things started to shift. First, my joints and knee pains began to ease. Then my energy started coming back. Small but real. The weight began to drop as I changed how I ate, how I moved, that is my exercises and walking, how I thought, my mindset, my strength returned. Before I couldn't even open a bottle, now I can open a bottle, a jam bottle or whatever bottle I can open. And then my kidneys recovered. My doctor was amazed. Honestly, so was I. Praise the Lord. And as my body healed, my confidence came back. I stopped just trying to survive. I started dreaming again at the age of 60 onwards. I climbed stairs with ease. I wore heels again, sometimes something I thought I'd never do because of my falls. I carry my grandchildren without any back pain. I learned swimming, part in marathons. I went skylining. Yeah, I can climb staircase. Yeah, that's my picture there showing I can all the way up. And that also got no railings there. And then it's an ATM. I tried mine. And skylining, yeah, shooting. All these are my dreams, that I need to do. And then one day I went paragliding, soaring through the sky, completely free. And I thought, this is it. This is the life I almost gave up. My dreams, my adventures. And so here is what I want to leave with you today. No matter where you are in your health right now, you can be better. I am grateful I didn't get worse. Instead, I got my life back. Get the guidance, the support. Be consistent. Even on the days it feels like nothing is happening, something is. Believe. And above all, believe that God is not finished with your story yet. If you're struggling right now with your health, pain, your energy, or your hope, please know you're not. You don't have to figure it out alone. You didn't. Reach out to whoever invited you here. We are here to help you. Thank you for your precious time, and God bless each one of you.
Wow. Such an amazing and touching sharing. Of course, I've been with Linda for that number of years and seeing her transformation. But what I noticed with Linda is she gets stronger and stronger, younger and younger, and more confident as the days and months and years go by. This is exactly what I really envision for people who believe in themselves, who take charge in your own healing, and voila. Today at 68, right, this year, you are living the life that most people would just think is not possible. Thank you so much, Linda. Please share some love for her because I think it's not easy, right, to speak about it, remembering the days where things were very, very challenging and difficult for you. So if you can resonate with Linda and perhaps you would like to ask her some questions, you can type in the chat and we'll get back to it at the end of our session so we can maybe ask deeper questions or anything else. Thank you again, Linda, for coming on and sharing your story. I'm very sure many of us have been inspired by it. Wow, I was also like feeling so cold in the hands. Okay,
Yeah.
May, would you
Yeah,
like to introduce our next sharer?
yes. Yeah, there are really stories though. When you even hear more than once. I have been listening to Linda's stories like thrice already, I think, but somehow they never lose the power. Eh. You can still feel the emotion, and I really admire you, Linda. I wanted to do that, to do that sky gliding and all those things that you're doing. Seriously, I really envy her. And look at her, 68. Who's 68? Hello. She's very pretty, even in person. I tell you, Filipino people, ay nako, she's very pretty, she's very gorgeous, she's very active. Kaya idol ko yan. Okay, anyway, all right, everyone, before we move forward with our next share, I'm really excited to introduce our next share tonight. She is joining us all the way from the United States. She's a full-time housewife. But don't be fooled by that title for housewife, because behind that is a woman who is deeply committed to her family's wellness. Just like many of us, she didn't just try one product. She embraced the entire ecosystem of Prife International, from frequency tools to hydrogen to OxyTap and to MagnoSig. She believed in the process, trusted the journey, and made it a part of her daily lifestyle. What I love about her story is how relatable it is. Hindi siya nagmamadali. She explored, she experienced, and allowed the tools to work with her body naturally as well as her family. So guys, please help me welcome my good friend, Miss Donna Abayon. Hi, Donna.
Hi. Hello, everyone. So I'm Dana Abayan here in California. Thank you for inviting me. So it's exciting to be part, of this session. So, as what May said, yes, I am a full-time mom and wife. But prior to that, I'm a very career-oriented woman. So, career-wise, I have been working since I finished school. And as a professional, I've never expected that life will really turn. So I think the really focus on this is when you really choose your family, when you make a decision to focus on the most important thing in life. So I have a special need child. Usually with us, we have to um, our strategy is okay, make sure that you are stable, you finish school, you have everything, you have your house, you have everything all set. And then, okay, let's start a family. And then I didn't realize that, God may have a different plan for us. So when I have my son, it took me a while to really conceive. And then it took us like 9, 10 years And of course, I always believe in technology. So I said, like, no, we can do this here. We're in America. We can have, a son or a daughter. So in other words, I was given that blessing. However, my son was born only 6 months. So he's a 25-weeker baby, and 13 months before we were able to um, discharged in the hospital. So Sander is the name of my son, and he has multiple disabilities. So it came to a point where there are nurses, like professional who's taking care of him, like nurses until little by little. And he used to be technology dependent, by the way. So he has a ventilator, he has a G tube, he has a shunt. So everything. And then little by little, I think let me mention we're originally from Illinois. And you know how Illinois, the weather there is, I can say, bipolar. Either it's too cold or too hot or windy. Okay. So, and that being said, we move here in California with not much family members, but I think the weather is much stable. So this is where when we actually able to develop where the ventilator were removed, the G tube removed. We have different doctors from doctor from the brain, doctor from the heart, doctor for the lungs, lots of doctors. But as time passed by, of course, there's development. However, Sandra always gets sick. And that's why we have to move to warmer weather here in California. And then to make the long story short, someone introduced iTerra Care to me. And I heard iTerra Care February of 2022, and I ignored it because at the end of the day, it's just like someone was introduced it to me and said, oh, this is good for, for your face, for your eyes. It's really more on beauty product. Now that it was introduced, of course, I ignored it. I tried to look for information. I've never seen anything, any write-ups, any videos. What is this iTerra Care? That's February 2022. And here comes September, another friend from Illinois. The other one was a family member from Florida. And then this one is from Illinois. And she said, like, no, you really have to try this. You really have to look into it. But it was introduced to me in a way that, come on, look at this because there's a good business in this product. So she talks about business. I said, like, I don't know what you're talking about, because my background is also in business. But at the end of the day, I love sharing. I love MLMs. I love all of those stuff. But it was really introduced to me on that way. But at the end, she was said, my dad has Parkinson's at the time. And she said, like, this will be good for your dad. My dad is in the Philippines. I said, like, I'm here in the US. No, it's easy. You can really get this product wherever part of the world. And you have to try this. And so I said, like, okay, so how this really works? And then she mentioned something about frequency. And then my husband is an electronic engineer and said, like, yeah, that's true. Because she said, like, there is a part of your body that's like a battery that you have to charge it. And then my husband said, like, get one, and this is September when it was introduced to me, but I bought it November of 2022. And then I began to look at all the information. So that being said, when it was introduced to me, it's really a good timing because my son is nonverbal. You just really have to observe him. He doesn't really walk, like his legs are very weak. He can like step, but you have to assist him. So in other words, he's wheelchair bound. And then it was introduced to me and said, like, try it. Because I said, like, he's sick right now. No, just keep on blowing on. He said, like, make sure you blow the water. Make sure you blow the back. And then he's just like instructing me on the phone. So like, okay, let me try that. And I've seen a huge difference because Xander always gets sick. His issue is pulmonary because he has pulmonary hypertension. So his lungs are very weak. But I begin to see the difference. And then at the end, okay, let me try that. So here comes December. So November is when I start blowing, when I see the difference. My son is nonverbal, but you can observe. And as a mom, I already gave up my career because I have to take care of him. As the child here in the US, as the child gets better, the professional help got lesser until it's just a plain caregiver. And do have a background as a caregiver when I was in Illinois. So we have a clear um path that if it's hard or challenging to get a caregiver, I will quit my job. So technically, the time that I quit my job, I had like really some anxiety because I'm always busy, and then suddenly you're just like here home, take care of your son. But my son goes to school, so everything at that point, kind of the product really works. And then here comes my own experience as having issues with my knees because we fell at one point because I was helping my son, and as a caregiver we outbalanced, and of course I hit my knee on the concrete and it was really hurt. So I can ignore it, and then at the end I can see the difference. So I cannot really walk straight, and like Linda, I'm using like a cane. And I said to myself, like, oh my gosh, I am the caregiver. I cannot afford to have these issues, and I cannot even kneel. And I said, like, oh my gosh, like what will I do? And then she said, like, try blowing your knees, So 3 sessions of 15 minutes with the classic, Itera care. And I said, like, oh my gosh, I can see the difference. I cannot feel the discomfort anymore. And I can see the inflammation because you can see it's kind of inflamed, and then it begin to like sink. And then at the end, I said, like, okay, this product really works. And that's what May said. I'll share some pictures. So, and this is how all it started. I think one of the things that I'm really happy as well is of course with my niece, I've seen this. You know how there's a lot of information at the beginning. I cannot find any information of iterca. I love to do my research. I try to like, what is frequency, what is vibration, what is this resonance, what are optical parts. When everything has been introduced, I begin to like interested of this. Then I saw this information that, osteoarthritis. And then I begin to blow it. But I was using at the time the classic. And of course, when I saw that there is a potential, I begin to keep sharing it with others. So aside from me experiencing the difference, I begin to share it with others. But here is the most important thing that I was really so proud because I've seen all this documentation. Hey, you have to blow your neck all the way to your fascia, to your stomach. And I'm so happy to share. At the beginning, this was really like, oh my gosh, it really works. So I was 199 pounds November of 2022. And then I said, like, I just keep on following, like, just keep on blowing, just keep on drinking charged water. And I've seen the difference for just a matter of 3 months. Like I lost so much weight because I follow. That's the good thing. At that point, there's a lot of information already. But on February 2022, there's nothing much I can see. So actually, this picture in a matter of 3 months, then I've seen major difference of my body. And then of course with my son, um, this is my son now. And all the food, because they tell us like blow the food, blow the water, blow everything, whatever you do. Also, what I did, I kept on blowing his food as well. And then Xander is basically 100% dependent. So I have to feed him everything. So, and I said to myself, like, oh my gosh, okay. As a mom, you can see the difference. And not only that, because my husband also he's the first one who said like, no, our body has a voltage, so you have to charge it. And I believe on frequency, so go ahead, get one. So that's why. And then at the end, I keep on blowing. And then I'm gonna share one more thing. This kind of really in Facebook, I love to share information because that's the only way, friends from different places, different countries, they always look at, what are you doing? What are you trying? Because it begins a part of our routine, a part of our lives to do the blowing. I have so much testimonial things that I could share because when we started 2022, and from the moment that 3 sessions, I begin to start walking straight. I begin to really not using the cane anymore. And I was able, and my husband was funny because he was telling me, like, why are you crying? When we were in the church service, I was crying. Why are you crying? He said, like, because did you notice I can kneel now? Before I cannot kneel because it's so painful. Now I can kneel and I don't know what is this. Then that's why it becomes to me like a way of life to do it every day. And not only that, I love to share it to others. And this is what I'm gonna another show because in my Facebook, I'm pretty much active in sharing what I have been doing. And this is really like things that we do every day. And I'm gonna share and every year I have like health and wellness 2025, 2026 because it's just really nice to go back all of this. And this one thing that, of course, the only way to really share it is you educate yourself of what is this technology all about. And you can see I have everything and I keep on sharing. And it's funny because every family member who comes here in my house always noticed my Itera Care and Prife products. And this is another, I think else, this is what we do here.
Good morning, Xander! Mommy's blowing your food for energy. So this
So,
is chicken
so we
tinola.
blow the food. I blow
And
the
Xander
food.
just woke
I
up
have
and
my
we have
2 gallons of
lunch.
water ready there. All our water bottles are
Yum.
there. Every time we get out of the house, we get the
So
water
this is
like
frequency
right there.
terahertz
So we
giving
have different.
energy to Xander's food. And since it's also hot, might as well blow it too.
Because usually Xander loves soup.
Happy
And if it's hot,
Sunday.
you know how we like. So like, you know what? Let Itera Care blow it anyway. So that has been really like our way of life here at home. And I kind of recorded, even my husband was so excited when we get the bio
Wow,
live.
unboxing.
So part of this, we
Daddy,
make
that's
it.
our mommy's gift to you na ha. Merry Christmas and happy 22nd civil wedding anniversary gift into one. And then Happy New Year gift na rin yan.
So we make it fun. I always find reason to give and get
Exciting.
Prife products as a gift because it's
So
really
if
easy when your
you
husband
are
or your
actually
partner
tired of
or whoever
blowing
is also
yourself,
supportive,
just step
to
into
your
that. And
wellness.
that's the same thing.
Yeah. So just sharing
Yeah,
this
so
like
let's try
videos
it
that I
later.
have.
So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy 22nd civil wedding anniversary, all in one na.
From Mrs. Santa. From Mrs. Santa.
From Mrs.
Yeah.
Santa,
So
so he'll try it.
if you in my Facebook, but I don't honestly I don't really like, hey PMB, do this that. I'm just showing them that this is a part of our lives. It's part of our routine. It's part of our daily activity. Like you can see how I blow my niece. And then every time there's a family member who comes like, hey, I blow you. And then suddenly it's like, where do you get this? Where do you get that? And every time I see someone also like experiencing, like physical discomfort, I always ask like, well, whoa, what's going on? Why do you have this? And then I begin to really talk about it. So the good thing about this is that people begins to curious what is that. So this is just one of the folders that I have in Facebook, but my goal is really to share Price products. Not only I TerraCare, but as what May said, I love everything. I have of course, this. I have this. I have my beauty sprayer. Well, I have this, which I'm still studying. And thank you, Miss May, for really helping me do this. It's still a lot of learn. Why? Because when people said like, oh my gosh, it's like so expensive, I said like, well, I love myself. I love my body. We only have one body. Might as well invest everything. Why will I buy all these things? Like, yeah, if people can afford those, expensive, like purses and everything, then it means when it comes to your health, you have to make it as a priority. And when people see that, they begin to really kind of like, I always explain, we only have one body. Our health is our wealth. And when you have all this discomfort and you cannot do things, because you experience like all this discomforts in your body. And again, I always say it's not a medical device. I'm not a doctor. I just share my experience, and then from there, and they can feel also the sincerity. If you are sincere to help others, keep on sharing it, diba? Keep on mentioning it. Yes, people will like always say like, I don't really believe it, but I said like, well, it's your decision. If you want to experience all those health challenges, you can, you may, but if you find something like Prife products like this, especially educate yourself. For me, I always say I just educate you. I'm not really like what selling this to you. I'm not selling it. I'm sharing my experience because it helps us. And for me, that's a really very powerful testimonial because you believe on the products, you manifest your healing, and then touch the lives of others, because if you're able to experience this, share it to others. The business side of things just follows. There's always the business side of things. There's always the investment that you have. But if you care for your family, for your loved ones, especially for yourself, because I am a caregiver, I don't have any right to really get sick because I didn't take care of myself. Yes, we do have challenges in our health, but we have the opportunity, we have the decision, we have the freedom to choose which one do we want to really invest on something. So for me, that's really my journey. Every day is a journey. It's only always basic, take care of yourself, sleep 8 hours a day, avoid stress, because stress also helps with really it really contributes to your health and wellness. So if you can just be like happy, take one day at a time. And when you have challenges like with my son, I always see it to myself that I was the chosen one. God chose me to be the mother of Xander. So I have that responsibility to take care of myself, because how can I take care of my family, of my son, if I'm the one who cannot even take care of myself? So that's always my mindset. If things get challenging, harder, do it one day at a time, one step at a time, and always have a positive mindset, because all the challenges in life is just a journey. Everything's temporary, but you can always make decisions to make your life easy, happy, enjoyable. Just choose to be healthy, and really share it with others. If it helps you please share it to others that there are products, Prife products that really helps. It's not about just the business. If you are a user, you can really help others by your own personal testimonials. I think that's my sharing. And thank you for having me.
Wow, thank you for that, Donna. And I know it's midnight there. I think past midnight already, and you're still up for us. Thank you for that
Thank you.
wonderful sharing. Nakakatawa, ano. She's so strong, ano. Grabe. I always mention it to her. I admire you for being a very strong mother, because not everyone can really do that, to take care of your son, to take care of yourself, and everyone in the family talaga. Okay, back to you, Yilan, for our next sharer.
Thank you. Thank you, May. And thank you again, Donna. It's the first time I'm listening to your story, and I'm really very touched and amazed at how you manage Xander so well, and seeing such a happy boy as well. Thank you, Donna. I hope we'll be hearing more from you from now on as well. Okay, thank you. All right. So two amazing sharers already shared. And now let's go on to our third sharer. Let me just share this with you. Okay. So I think many of you would have seen Pearl Tor from Malaysia, because recently I posted a video of her in Instagram, in TikTok, and it seemed to have caught on very well. And just take a look a little bit for those who have not seen this video. Okay, so again, someone who didn't take her health as what the doctor decides for her, but she decides to take charge of herself and seek other alternatives, try something that can help her body heal. And I'm so glad that she took that chance and decided to embark on a different way of healing herself. And today at 70, Pearl says that I discovered that it's never too late to heal. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Pearl to hear her amazing story of how she has transformed and now traveling the world. Okay, over to you, Pearl.
What do I do? Okay. Hello there. Can see me?
Yes,
It's
very
okay.
well.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Sorry to keep you awake. I'll be fast so that you can go for your beauty sleep. Okay, I'm 70 years old, but at the age of 58, I had to go for a bypass operation. That really changed my whole life because lots of things I couldn't do after my bypass. I had to slow down on my exercises, my games. I had to slow down on all my charity work. Even at work, it was a bit slowed down. And worst of all is I couldn't eat my favorite food and my favorite desserts. Anyway, it took some time for me to get used to that lifestyle and my doctor keeps saying you have a new heart now, Pearl. Live your life, but be very careful not to come back and see me again. Oh my God, that was terrible. So as I went along, I was introduced to a very good supplement, and that's where I met Yilan. And we had a very good community group where we learned how to eat healthily. And that really changed because I love to eat fried food, stir fry, and all those unhealthy stuff. So when Milan took us through this new lifestyle, it was very good. They taught us how to eat in the correct proportion, uh, taught us how to eat in the right way, like in the steaming, blanching, even air frying. So avoiding all this cholesterol stuff. So that helped a lot. Within the first 2 years, I think I did lose a little bit of weight. That was good because the weight was putting strength on my knees. I have a very heavy top and my knees and my ankles is small. So my orthopedic always tell me, try not to put on so much weight. So as years goes by, I was told by my orthopedic, okay dear, your osteoarthritis is not helping you. So, my dear, you might need a knee replacement. So I said, oh no, I just am recovering from my bypass and now a knee replacement, and it's both the knees. I said, okay, no way, no way. Can you just give me some time? I need to see what I can do besides this. I wanted to try alternative medicine, but the knee once gets to that stage, there's a lot of things that you cannot do. But then, miraculously, I was blessed. Milan and my good friends and all came to me and told me about iTerra Care. So I said, huh? Just blowing like this, you think my knees will heal me? She said, trust yourself, trust the machine, trust the technique. So I bought the iTerra, the classic, and I started blowing. I also drank the charged water. And I also put the charged water into a nice spray so that as I go along the day, I can also spray on my face and I feel very fresh. So as you can see from the video, I concentrate on my kneecap and the back of the knee, which I was taught. When you have weak knees, you must blow more on your calves, the palm of your foot, the calves, and then the whole knee itself. So I did that for some time. Then on top of that, I also bought the BioLite. So sometimes when I'm quite busy and short of time, I just sit on the BioLite, have my dinner, watch TV. So it's 3 in 1. It's really fun. So anyway, as you can see, after almost 2 years of blowing, I can climb up the stairs quite easily. And of course, I wouldn't say it's totally pain-free. You have to Make sure that you climb the stairs slowly and confidently. Yeah. And besides that, very important is you also need other types of exercise, you know. So I go for my morning walks in my garden. And then sometimes I also go to the gym to do some cycling, which my orthopedic recommended. Some cycling and some leg presses, which my physio recommended. So as I go along, my legs and my knees became stronger. And I was so happy. Last year, I went for a 10 days holiday and was lots of walking through the jungle, through the forest to see all the sights. Then this year, I also went recently. I just came back from Da Nang. And of course, they have a lot of sites that is very old. And the stairs are all irregular, like the Wall of China, you know, the Great Wall of China steps. So they are, and then I looked at it from the bottom, you know, and I said, holy cabooses, am I going to climb these 3 flights? This is just 1 flight, okay? Then there's another 3 flights before you can reach the top of the site. Then my group of friends said, Pearl, are you sure you can do it? I said, yes, I have my walking stick. I will do it slowly. So I climbed up until the 2nd tier. Then I sat there for a while and I said, okay, you all guys go to the 3rd tier. I will join you all later. So this is happened already. I climbed already, and this is coming down the stairs, which very carefully. And I said, oh my goodness, there's no rail. So there's this little dragon stretch from head to toe. I dare not touch it also. So I just went down slowly, carefully, and confidently. So I was very happy, and my friends were saying, wow, it's 70 years old. Not bad, huh? 5 days you've been going up and down the stairs. I said, yes, have faith in yourself. You must have the confidence. If you want to travel and you are frightened, then it will never happen. So in the Da Nang area, we had fantastic time. We went for boat riding, and then you see this round boat far on the right. It goes round and round and round. Oh my goodness, it was a bit of a headache there. Then we went a lot of walking to the sightseeing. Yeah, we in the pond we put out the lantern. It was so much fun, you know. So to me, yeah, I'm very crazy when I hear music. Okay, I was shouting on top of my voice, and to me, very important is at my stage, I am on long-term blood thinner. Okay, that one I cannot live without because of my what you call, because of my bypass. But then is that something that you need to live with? But for example, my osteoarthritis, that is something I can help. And I know iTerra is there. And I'm so happy now. I bought the latest Pro, the little baby, silent baby, and the powerful baby. So now every day I'm using it. So my aim now is to use it every day, make sure my knees get stronger. And I think in 2 months' time, I'm planning to go somewhere exciting as well. Another 10 days holiday. Yes, I'm going to do it. So guys, most important, love yourself. Secondly, you must know your body. If your body is telling you something is happening, don't just say it's just aging. I used to do that. You know, I used to say, it's just aging lah, doesn't matter lah. But actually it's not. It's trying to tell you something. Like for my heart, for example, I had breathing difficulty. And I keep on saying, oh, I'm lack of exercise lah, I didn't eat well lah, I didn't sleep well. But no, it was a blockage in my heart. Okay, that's passé. The story is passé. But now I intend, and I'm very sure, and I'm very excited also that I share this experience with all my 3 elderly sisters. And all 3 of them, each one have a classic now. And the other, one of them even have the BioLite, and they are enjoying it. They are all in their 80s. So I feel that now, after I retired, what I want to do is to spread this beautiful experience to all my friends, to let them know that aging is aging, but you still can enjoy yourself as long as you set your mind to it. Life is not impossible. Life is beautiful, especially with iTerra Care. Thank you.
Thank you,
Everyone.
Pearl. Come, please send her a lot of hearts and love for her amazing story, her amazing sharing, and the experiences that she has gone through for the past 2 over years, right, with using iTerra Care. And I think
Yes.
what impressed me most is her mindset, her belief that aging is not just a destiny, but aging is something that you embrace. And, loving yourself, listening to your body, that will help you to realize whatever that you can still do, even at 70, right? 70 plus. And I'm sure you're going to move on to your 80s still, still wandering all around the world, perhaps, right? So thank you, Pearl. Yeah, if you have any questions for Pearl, you can type in the chat, and at the end of this session, we are all open for Q&A. Thank you again, Pearl. I'm always inspired being with you along in this journey. I can see that you're always a very happy and jovial person, and that's most important. To have that very positive mindset, and your health responds positively as well. Thanks again, Pearl.
Thank
Okay,
you.
over
Welcome.
to you. Yeah, over to you, May, to introduce our final sharer, nonetheless, a beautiful lady from Slovenia. Over to you, May.
Yeah, thank you for that, Elan. Yes, Pearl is 70, but she moves like, yeah, I'm even slower than her, promise. I have been with this group in Malaysia always. I am the youngest, but all senior citizen, I guess. But they said when they age are combined, it's like dinosaur years, 100 over dinosaur years. But they are all energetic and active. In Bali, they walk a lot. I'm just following them. I'm even complaining, but they really have that high energy. You have to believe me because I got many experiences with them together. That's why. Okay, and now let's hear from someone who is joining us on the other side of the world, from Europe, from Slovenia. Her story is beautiful reminder that this movement is truly global. You see, from US, from Philippines, from Malaysia, we are everywhere. And I just saw Mr. Sim came from another side of the world also. So this lady is someone who embraced frequency-based wellness and made it a part of her everyday routine. What is inspiring about her journey is the openness, being able to, to try, to learn, and to trust something beyond the usual. And on a personal note, we actually became Facebook friends only here in Facebook online. And she once told me that she couldn't attend an event last time in Penang, but she then surprised me by her presence. Someone is like shouting May, and I was surprised. Oh my God, that's Denka. And I'm very happy to see her face to face because we've been talking a lot, sharing about all our experiences with our journey. And I can tell you, she is one kind of a person which is genuine, committed, and also full of heart. Her experience reflects what many of us are discovering, that when we align our bodies with the right support, amazing things can happen. So let's all welcome our good friend, our beautiful ever, getting younger everyday friend from Slovenia, Miss Denka Senamar. Hello, Denka. Good morning there.
Hello from Europe, from Slovenia. Good morning from Europe. It's morning in Slovenia and we have beautiful sunshine. So I'm very happy that I can share my stories with you. And I'm very happy that we are here together from all over the world because I think it's important. It was quite a big help when Nathan first came to Slovenia in November 2022, and she brought with him so many stories from America, from all over the world about the recovering of people. So with frequency, I started working with, because my son at 5 years, now he's at 19 almost, He was ill 5 years of her life, the first 5 years of his life, and I had to find another solution for his health because pills didn't work. And I started to search into the field of frequency of bioresonance, and it helped him and also me because after the second born, I have two sons. I also collapsed into the more unhealthy stage of my life. I had really big issues. I was mom of two small kids working from home, and I needed bioresonance for me also to help me. And in 2018, I stopped doing traumas on English speaking. So I started to learn English also with frequency help. So when iTerra Care came in December 3rd, 2021, I already knew how can the frequency help to my body because I had some experience in the last 10 years. So I just hardly wait to get it because I had to wait to order it from Malaysia and then wait, I think, 2 or 3 weeks to get it. So in that time, I had experience how it works on my legs that were always in bad condition. I was searching in the winter for the sun to get a little better temperature in my body. So I tried to blow my feet with the hair dryer, but it was not the same. So when iTerra Care came finally on 3rd of December, people knew me because I was doing videos about how we cannot just do the vaccination if we don't want to do it, if we feel that this is not for us. So after a few days, I made one video and people started to asking me, what's going on with your face? What is different on your face? And I showed them iTerra Care, and many people bought the device. Some of the first, yes, this is visible on picture now. Because they saw the difference on my face, which was visible in a few days. So I said this should be my next mission because I worked around 20 years in financial products, sharing with the people to have a better life with better financial situation. And so I ordered in December 2021 around 50 devices, I think. And then after that, I asked General Director Victor, how do you have enough iTerra Care? Do you have enough of production? Because people will want it to have these devices. It's so incredible how it works on the body. And he said, no worry. But of course, I didn't sell the devices, some of devices so quick. I wanted to because people around me still do not understand what does it mean. They just see it's a blower with a big price. What can we do with this? She's a little crazy. We cannot use this for healing our body, for being in better condition. But anyway, in the next months, many healers come to my place, to my home, talked with me, and of course ordered also these devices. Yes, and one of the first was Moitza. She ordered the device just in the day I went to the Warsaw, to the office of Europe, and that's how she came to me. And she showed the improvement already. using Itera Care for 2-3 weeks, because she also, in theory, she knew that she needs something from the frequency field, because she had stroke. She was not able to walk, stroke in the spine. So she started to use Itera Care. And after 2-3 months, I think we went together to Warsaw. She was driving car there. I went with the car 12 hours to the Warsaw together with her, because she was not possible to go on the plane because of problems with chair wheel and putting it on the plane. So we drived, and what was fascinating, I was so in myself deeply scared with big traumas, that she was driving all the way to Warsaw, 12 hours, that we met our wonderful owners of Prife International for the first time. It was really wonderful meeting together with them. So I think we have another people who, yes, here on the picture, who also adored to starting using Itera Care. And in Slovenia, there is really many people who adore these devices, and also many people who are having it at home but not using it. So I always try to be alive with them, especially in Facebook, to show them the possibility how to change the lives. And many of them are saying, I have it at home, but I didn't use it now for 3 years. But now I see the improvement on your body, on your face, on your movement. So I will start to use it again. So now in Slovenia, we try to have every month the meeting, the events to gather, to be together, and to use the Itera Care and other products. So many people now are ordering bracelets and Ion Shield, of course, BioLite, because these are wonderful devices that can help our body a lot. So what my story was, that at 10 years, I went to the doctor, to some researches, because I had headache all the weeks. Once per week, I needed to take a pill that I was able to go to school, because I was a good schooler. I wanted to be at school, but the headache was so strong that it was impossible to be with that pain. So I said to the doctor, what can we do? And he said, it's nothing, it's just headache. You will have it all the life. We cannot help you. It's just migraine. And I said, there must be a solution. I'm scared what will happen with my stomach. I was at that time 10, 12 years with many pains. And I searched around 33 years for the solution for my pain in my head. It was really tremendous pain and many crying, many bad feelings in my body. But I knew that there will be something that will help me. And then there was one lady when I was 17 in Slovenia who did acupuncture. And I wanted to go to her, but before I came to my aunt to do this treatment with this doctor, with this lady, she crashed with the car under the road and she was died. So it was not possible to do acupuncture at that time. So I still use the pills. And when I was 20, 25, I already saw the side effects of these pills that I was taking. Of course, the headache just was killed for some hours and then it started again. And in the spring, I had the whole May, I had headaches every day. It was crazy. And I really didn't know what to do. And then the pregnancy came, and the doctor said, it's not nice that you are using now pills in that time of pregnancy, so please try to do another way. So I went into the bath together with salt, and I saw that it was a little better. And so it was till the ITERA care came. It was some better days and some worse days, some parts of my life that also taking care of food was helping me not to have so much pain. But anyway, it was so that I was in a bed sometimes for 1 week with pain, nothing eating, nothing drinking, just laying in a bed. And in one moment, my friend that always helped me with psychotherapy, she said, Zdenka, you will have to get divorced because you need to be awake, you need to live more, because otherwise in that way it is too effort for you, you will die. I'm already thinking that you will not come out of the bed. Please do the change in your life. You cannot live such way anymore. It's too stressed for you. So I make a divorce and started learning English with this frequency. And after that, ITERA care came, and yes, you saw the picture how I have the ITERA care between the legs. It was not a joke. I really started to heal my body, my place where the uteri is staying with the ITERA care. It is visible here on the picture. And I had tremendous problems also with urinary system, not just with big myome on my uteri. So when I started to blow on that place, I was able to touch my belly again with finger, because before that it was so strong pain that I was not able to touch and do gentle massage with fingers. Nothing was possible. So after 1 year of using ITERA care, it was much better. I thought myome went away, but not because it was big one, 5-7 centimeters. So I just did blowing again on my head, on my belly, because always when I felt some traumatic situation on my body, it was belly place. It was always in stress, in tightened, in strong tension. So ITERA care helped me here really a lot to feel a little gentle energy and a little love in my belly, because I really had a hard childhood, which I forgot. And I just remember that my mother left me by grandmother when I was 7 months, and my father was never with me the first 3 years. So I thought this was the problem, that I have such headaches because I missed them. Yes, but it was not just this. After 2 years of using ITERA care, we went again to Warsaw, and I had really be or not to be question from somewhere, from the spirit. I had to look in my body, in my truths, and I found what was really going on in my childhood. This I will not tell now in details, but these traumas made my body stop growing normally. Also the pills I was using probably. So I had very tight nails. When I was a teacher of mathematics, this pencil that I was using for writing on the table always took me the nail because it was so tightened. Also my hairs, it was not strong one. Also my skin, not strong one. And of course also not, also all my parts, organs in the body were not strong enough because of growing with stresses, not enough love. And so now these hairs are two times more of them than ever before, because when I was growing with pills and with stress, with no love, of course, everything was weak in my body. And after using Itera Care, and then also Bio came very soon after 1.5 years, I was able to feel myself finally, to kill the pain without pills. And it was so amazing that I always went into the Facebook telling the people what kind of miracle I found out. And this was also the beginnings of business in Europe, because I was one of the first in Europe using this Itera Care. And what it made in my feelings, in my body, it was really fascinating. So I went through many situations in the last 3 years, spreading this business that were not supportive for my financial home system. But anyway, we went through it somehow. And yes, my 2 sons were sometimes also not with enough money, but we went through it. They supported me all the time to spread this business around the people, because it's for 4 years also my money flow for the living. And yes, they really supported me in that way, that with some devices that I was able to sell to the people, especially to the healers from Slovenia. And then also one guy from Germany started to work with me 1.5 years ago, and he sold quite a lot of devices in Germany. This was then for a short while a good income for me. But no matter what was with the money flow, I always wanted to tell the people how wonderful these devices are and how they can help to us. And it's still the same like 4 years ago, when someone is saying to me, "Thank you, Zdenka, it is helping me a lot." My heart is full then of, not of money, but of gratefulness, of happy that I was able to help someone. And this is why I I spread the information around the people. And I can understand that people need to hear this information, not once, not 2 times, not 3 times, but 5 times, maybe 10 times, maybe 20 times, that they will recognize that it can help us in our home as a wellness, to recover our body, to make it strong again, to not to be in low energies about how it is impossible, like the doctor said, you will be ill all the life, it is impossible to heal the headache. It's not true. We can find the solution. And the solution is to use the devices from Prife International. Also, oxygen water is wonderful thing in such situation. And what I would mention here is that in the process of healing traumas, I was working with specialists 2 years ago, some weeks, and I never took any pill. I used Bio and Pro, and this was enough for me. And the result of this healing was for me much better than for the other that were using pills together with psychotherapeutic processes. And it's really, I cannot leave these devices. I cannot stop telling the people how it can help. And I'm sure that we still have a lot of work to tell also to these kind of people that hear that they're in the place of psychotherapy field. Itera Care can help a lot. So the last recovery was the miracle. The last summer, I just made the event for Slovenia. It was hard. Everything was around me telling me not to do it, but I went through the situation. I made a great event with 17 people here in our town. And after that, I started with one guy to do the massages that the post-traumatic syndrome would go away from my body. So my psychologist said, do the massage. And I did it together with Pro and the fingers of my friend. He was here with me maybe 2 weeks. We did about 15 massages, 3 hours per day through the whole body. I was yelling sometimes because I remembered here, I think, Lee, we have one video, I'm not sure about this. He was pushing finger into my muscles through the whole body, and he really helped me with fingers massage to relax my whole body, all the secret points in my body that were stuck because of the traumas from the childhood. And after 2 weeks, I said to him, what is now with my spine? Because my spine was always not straight. I had a small pain when I was walking. I didn't know that it is not normal, but after 2 weeks, my spine was strained and I was like a child. I started the last summer to learn how to walk again with both feet in the balance. So it was fascinated. I saw that I cannot climb on the hills and I can just walk straight and very with intention that my right leg will learn how to walk normally, not with a stuck like it was all my life because of traumas from the childhood with some damage on my spine. So now it is straight without any chiropractic. We have in Slovenia possibility to do the straightened with push, but we did it with iTera Care, with fingers, with gentle waves of iTera Care. And I'm sorry, I don't have any picture
Thank
because
you
I
so
did,
much, Zenka. There was
yeah.
such a touching sharings of your journey. I know you said 33 years of cluster headaches and all. Um, Amazing. Yeah, because
Yeah,
we're running a bit short of time.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry to
recorded
be
this session
long.
as well.
Yes.
So those of you who'd like to listen in again, we'll be having the recording and we can listen carefully to Zenka again. And of course, in future,